William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, yesterday paid a courtesy call on Mombasa Governor Abdulswamad Nassir at his office in Mombasa. And because in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, allow me to give you the real story behind William Ruto's courtesy call to the governor of Mombasa yesterday. Before we do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button, because what we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing you can do, click that subscribe button. Now, without much further ado, allow me to tell you the real story behind William Ruto's visit to Mombasa. Number one, why William Ruto paid that courtesy call is that William Ruto has embarked on a charm offensive on Raila Odinga's strongholds. For those who follow this channel, in one of my videos, I explained William Ruto's strategies to finish Raila Odinga once and for all. And one of the strategies which I opined in that video is that William Ruto was going to target specific governors allied to Raila Odinga. And I named the three governors. I told you of the Turkana governor, Kakamega governor, and Mombasa governor. And I reminded you to pay very close attention to the moves William Ruto was going to make towards the governor for Mombasa. And the charm offensive is not only going to target Mombasa, it's going to target other Raila Odinga strongholds. Let me just read for you something which also took place yesterday, and I know most of you did not take note of it. Simbarati made this post on his official Twitter handle, and that will explain to you the charm offensive William Ruto is making. Simbarati is saying, I was pleased to preside over the launch of Kisii Border Transport Cooperative Society. Operationalization of such investment for a small business such as border transport is a welcome move in empowering our youths. To raise seed money for the new border circle for Kisii operators, I was honored to deliver 2 million from His Excellency President William Ruto, alongside my own contribution of 3 million to the circle. So William Ruto sent his donation to this circle of 2 million, but through the governor of Kisii, which means Simbarati and William Ruto are also on talks or in talks already. So William Ruto is going to employ this charm offensive, because previously William Ruto used the orthodox, the thorax method. It didn't work. It received most of resistance in the last election. And William Ruto is therefore going to try as much as possible to use charm offensive, targeting most of Raila Odinga's strongholds. So that's number one. Number two, William Ruto is also using this strategy to try and weaken Raila Odinga's grip in his strongholds. I want to take you to Mombasa, for example. Mombasa has always remained Raila Odinga's strongholds. If you look at the last election, ODM as a political party won almost all the parliamentary seats in Mombasa, save for one in Nyali, which most people also believe probably was aided. ODM won majority of the MCA seats in Mombasa as a county. It won the senator, it won the women rep. For the presidential, ODM party, all through Raila Odinga, also won the seat. Remember, Mombasa was one of the counties which William Ruto decided through Wafula Chebukati to postpone the election there so that elections could be conducted after his victory, because he knew he was going to be declared the president. But still, ODM candidate managed to win. So William Ruto is now figuring out the best way to weaken Raila Odinga's grip in some of his strongholds like Mombasa is through this kind of charm offensive. I can tell you that based on what I'm observing, Abdulswamad Nassir was in Nairobi the other day. He held meetings with David Ndi. He held another meeting with Moses Kuria. Yesterday he was with Kipchumba Murkomen. He was with Moses Kuria, and William Ruto was also present. If you look at those who were with Abdulswamad during this meeting, most of them were leaders from the coastal region. I saw Amason Kingi, I saw Hassan Omar, Isoji Chupevu, and all ODM governors. So most of these people, because William Ruto is not the president, they are going to soften their stance. I'll be waiting to see how, for example, Abdulswamad Nassir will be waiting for Raila Odinga when Raila Odinga will next visit the coastal town of Mombasa. So that's number 2. Number 3, in my view, it is William Ruto's strategy to counter the Rocky Mountain. The truth of the matter is that Mount Kenya region is turning out to be rocky. And if William Ruto is not careful, he's likely to be dumped by the mountain. And yesterday, on this channel, I posed the question, if Mount Kenya could dump Uhuru Kenyatta, if Mount Kenya could dump one of their own and join William Ruto, how sure are you that the same mountain cannot dump William Ruto, a man who is not even one of their own? Nothing will stop them from dumping William Ruto. So William Ruto is coming up with a strategy to counter that, so that in case Mount Kenya will decide to leave, because so far Mount Kenya is consolidating. Those who are in ODM, those who supported Raila Odinga are saying they are now leaving Raila Odinga. Those who are in Kenya Kwanza but they are saying they're consolidating as Mount Kenya, not as Kenya Kwanza. So for me, I think the mountain is preparing itself. And if you've listened clearly to the speech or the statement by the Nyeri governor, then you can clearly understand that the mountain is rocky. So William Ruto is trying to cover up for Mount Kenya by raiding Raila Odinga's stronghold. Mombasa, Kakamega, Kisii, he believes that Northeastern is already sorted, but it is his strategy to manage any fallout. In case Mount Kenya will slip, they can go. He will remain with the rest. And for me, that's a very good strategy. Whether it's going to work, I still don't know. And going to Mombasa, Raila Odinga elevated one of the gentlemen there, Suleiman Shebal, to the position of Iyala. He's going to represent ODM in Iyala. So I'm also looking at Shebal as being used by Raila Odinga to checkmate Abdulswamad. In case he will be trying to go this, Shebal now will be the guy Raila Odinga will be depending on as far as Mombasa politics is concerned. But for now, I think it's purely about William Ruto's strategy to deal with the Rocky Mountain. Number 4, I want to think that it's all about William Ruto's develop agenda for the coastal region. William Ruto made so many promises to Kenyans. One of them was that he was going to return the port of Mombasa to the people of Mombasa. And already he's working on that. He made some declarations. I don't know whether the port left, but according to his supporters, the port of Mombasa left to Naivasha and has returned it. And during this visit, I think he launched some project. Let me just confirm from Abdulswamad's Facebook page. I think there's a project, Abdulswamad Nassir. Now, this is what Abdulswamad Nassir posted 2 hours ago, actually 4 hours ago. Mombasa receives go ahead for Miritini Industrial Park. So there's going to be some industrial park, and in conclusion, he's saying, we are now cleared to commence the construction of ACZ. That is expected to create 10,000 new jobs for our people. The Miritini Industrial Park is the first of our PPP initiative as a county government aimed at economic revival of our city. I take this opportunity on behalf of the people of Mombasa to express our gratitude to His Excellency the President for fast-tracking this process for Mombasa, and to Honorable Moses Kuria, Cabinet Secretary for Investment, Trade and Industry, who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make it possible. So basically, I'm looking at this as William Ruto's strategy or part of William Ruto's development agenda. So at the end of the day, William Ruto will take credit. Remember, Abdulswamad met with the chair of William Ruto's Economic Council, David Ndii. And in this, it's also revealing that Moses Kuria has been working on that particular deal behind the scenes. So which means he's already deeply involved in William Ruto's economic or development agenda for the coastal region. How that's going to play in 2022, how it's going to affect his relationship with Raila Odinga, that one we can't tell as at now. And lastly, I also tend to think that William Ruto is using this to counter Joho Uhuru bromance. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta and Hassan Joho were very close friends. In fact, Uhuru Kenyatta was more comfortable with Joho in Mombasa than any other place. As we speak, Hassan Joho is out of the country. Uhuru Kenyatta is also busy with those engagements. So I tend to think that Ruto is simply trying to tell Uhuru Kenyatta that in the last regime, you were close with the governor. In this particular regime, I'm going to make Abdulswamad Nassir one of my closest allies. I don't know what you think, but I'm looking at William Ruto as someone who is trying to be kind of, just to use this word, revengeful or vengeful. Is trying to use Abdulswamad Nassir to kind of revenge on Uhuru Kenyatta's relationship with Hassan Joho. Hassan Joho doesn't have any time for William Ruto. He stated that, and he said that even if Ruto becomes the president, he won't care. So let us wait and see. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.